60 days ago, a guy named Marcus Chen had $412 in his checking account, a maxed-out credit card, and a laptop he bought secondhand 3 years ago. Today he's clearing consistent 5-figure months, and here's what's strange: he's not a developer, he never took a single course on entrepreneurship, and he spends maybe 3 hours a day actually working. When I first heard about this, I assumed it was the usual hustle bro nonsense, another guru selling a dream. So I spent 3 weeks digging into what he actually did, step by step, tool by tool, and what I found isn't some secret hack or magic prompt. It's a system. A boring, repeatable, almost mechanical system that AI makes possible in a way that genuinely wasn't feasible 18 months ago. And the question that kept nagging at me the whole time I was researching this: why isn't everyone doing this already? Welcome back to Zero Index. Let's get into exactly how this works, because the details matter way more than the headline. So the first thing Marcus did, and this is where most people already go wrong, is he didn't start by asking what he could sell. He started by asking what problem he could solve faster than anyone else using AI. And that distinction sounds subtle, but it changes everything. He spent his first week doing nothing but research, using Claude and ChatGPT to analyze Reddit threads, Twitter complaints, YouTube comments, anywhere people were expressing frustration about something specific. Not broad frustration like "I wish I had more money." Specific frustration like "I've spent 6 hours trying to write a job description for this weird hybrid role and everything sounds generic." Here's the thing nobody talks about: most people skip this phase entirely because it doesn't feel like progress. You're not building anything, you're not making money, you're just reading and prompting and reading more. But Marcus told me this week of research saved him probably 2 months of building things nobody wanted. He landed on a niche that sounds almost comically specific: AI-assisted job descriptions for early-stage startups hiring their first operations person. That's it. Not all job descriptions. Not all startups. First operations hire. Because that's where he found the most concentrated pain and the least competition. Now here's where the AI leverage actually kicks in. Marcus used a combination of Claude for the core writing engine and a no-code tool called Softr to build a simple interface. Total cost, maybe $40 a month. He wasn't coding anything, he was assembling. And this is where I want to be honest with you about something. When people say build a product with AI, they usually mean one of two things. Either they mean use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas, which isn't really building anything, or they mean become a developer overnight, which isn't realistic. What Marcus did sits in this middle space that I think is genuinely new. He created a series of prompts that were so specifically tuned to his niche that the output was actually better than what a generalist copywriter would produce. We're talking prompts that reference specific startup compensation structures, that knew the difference between a Series A ops role and a bootstrapped ops role, that could adjust tone based on whether the founder was technical or not. The product itself was simple. You fill out a form with about 12 questions, the AI generates 3 versions of your job description, you pick one and tweak it. He charged $79 per use. Not a subscription, not a complex pricing tier, just $79. And the reason this worked, the reason people paid instead of just using ChatGPT themselves, is that his prompts were worth more than the interface. Most people stop here, which is a mistake. They build the product and then wonder why nobody shows up. This is where it gets interesting. Marcus didn't have an audience, didn't have an email list, didn't have money for ads. What he did have was a very specific understanding of where his customers already gathered. He found 7 Slack communities for startup founders, 3 Discord servers for ops professionals, and about 15 LinkedIn accounts that his target customers followed religiously. Then he used AI to do something that sounds almost too simple: he wrote genuinely helpful comments. Not promotional, not sleazy, just useful. He'd take questions people asked in these communities, run them through Claude to generate thoughtful responses, then personalize and post them himself. Over 30 days he posted something like 400 comments across these platforms. And here's the math that made this work. If each comment took him maybe 3 minutes with AI assistance, that's 20 hours of work spread across a month. From those 400 comments, he got about 60 profile visits to his simple landing page, and from those 60 visits he got 11 paying customers. 11 times 79 is $869. Not life-changing, but proof of concept in week 5 or 6. So what does this mean for you? It means the difference between people who dabble with AI side hustles and people who actually make money usually comes down to one thing: iteration speed. Marcus didn't stop at version 1. He used the feedback from those first 11 customers to refine everything. One customer mentioned that startups often need help with the LinkedIn post announcing the hire, not just the job description. So he added that. Another mentioned that interview question suggestions would be valuable. So he added that too. Within 2 weeks he'd gone from a $79 one-time product to a $114 package, and his conversion rate actually went up because the offer was more complete. By day 45 he was consistently doing 15 to 20 sales a week. And this is where the compounding kicked in, because now he had testimonials. He had case studies. He had founders saying this saved me 4 hours and the candidates we got were way better. He started posting those on LinkedIn, still using AI to help draft the posts, and each testimonial brought in another wave of customers. By day 60 he'd crossed $10,000 in total revenue and was on pace for his first 5-figure month. Now I need to tell you something that Marcus himself admitted when I pressed him on it. This wasn't passive. This wasn't 4-hour workweek fantasy land. For those 60 days he was thinking about this business constantly, tweaking prompts at midnight, responding to customer questions at 7 a.m., obsessively checking analytics. The AI made everything faster, but it didn't make the effort disappear. It compressed what would have taken maybe 8 months into 2 months. That's real, that's significant, but it's not magic. And here's the question nobody's asking: what happens when everyone figures this out? When every niche is saturated with AI-assisted microproducts? I don't have a clean answer, but I think the window for this specific playbook is probably 18 to 24 months. The people who move now are building audiences, collecting emails, establishing credibility. The people who wait are going to show up to a much more crowded field. That's not fearmongering, that's just how markets work. Early movers in any technological shift capture disproportionate value. What Marcus built isn't revolutionary in concept. It's a simple product solving a specific problem sold to a targeted audience. That's Business School 101. What's new is that AI collapsed the time and skill requirements so dramatically that someone with no technical background and $400 could execute it in 2 months. That democratization is real, but it only helps you if you actually use it. The tools are sitting there. Claude, ChatGPT, Softer, Notion, Zapier, all of them waiting. The question isn't whether this works anymore, we have enough examples to know it does. The question is whether you're going to be someone who builds, or someone who watches videos about people who build. If you found this useful, subscribe to Zero Index because we're going deep on the specific tools and prompts that make this work in upcoming videos. I'll see you in the next one.